the more I thought about it, I realized it's not excessive and it's not really crazy, especially when you're making something and putting your hands to this honest work that's actually changing you inside more than you can see. I had this idea a little bit ago and originally thought that it's kind of excessive, to make something every day. And the more I thought about it, I also thought it's kind of excessive to just scroll on Instagram every day, right? So the more I thought about it, I realized it's not excessive and it's not really crazy, especially when you're making something and putting your hands to this honest work that's actually changing you inside more than you can see originally or on the surface. So I want to invite you along to make something every day of 2022. And to start off, I want to share some things that I believe may be a benefit to making something every day this year. And I want to just ease your thinking and remind you that making something isn't finishing something. This isn't a goal to finish 365 projects. Actually, we're already a week into the year and I'm actually getting over being sick for the week. So I've kind of missed a few days already. So the goal isn't to be perfect and it's not to finish 365 projects this year. It's to make something. That's it. If that's 30 minutes, if that's 10 minutes, if it's 2 hours, whatever it is, I think the goal is to actually do what's in front of us and to chip away at those ideas and projects and dreams, because in doing so, one, you'll make beauty, you'll make memories, and you'll also see at the end of the year how you've also changed as well. So to accomplish anything like making something every day, I think you need to go in with a plan. The plan doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be perfectly laid, but you do need a plan, otherwise you'll probably get in a couple months and look back and realize you haven't made anything. So to get in, let's start with a plan, and the first question I want to ask is, what is worthy of your time? And for me, I can see a huge difference when I have time to fill myself up and make things and spend time doing things that I love and doing that with my family, doing that with my friends, and there's a huge difference there. So what's worthy of my time and what is going to leave me better? So when I have a mindset shift of what is worthy of my time and what is a waste of my time, run every decision through, and it will kind of make those quick decisions for me of if I'm going to pick up my phone or waste time doing something, or if I'm actually going to spend that time just chipping away at a project, learning something new, and diving into a project that has been on my list for a long time. To be successful at this goal to make something every day of 2022, I think you need to make it accessible. So for me, that would be maybe out in my workspace where I am right now, having something out on the table that I'm about to work on or that I'm in the middle of working on, and having the next step set up so I can just come in and get right to work. I don't have to set anything up, I don't have to clean up around me. It's keeping my space clean and tidy as much as possible. I'm not the cleanest or most organized person, but I do know the difference that a clean and tidy space makes. So I want to leave this space cleaned up and ready for me to come back in and set my future self up for success. Another way you can make crafting and creating more accessible is to just create little baskets or pockets around you in your bedroom or living room or wherever you're going to be. Don't you hate when you're like out running an errand or you're waiting on your grocery pickup in the car and you realize you're 10 minutes early or they're running late and you have 10 minutes of time and you're just scrolling Instagram, just wasting that time. And I'm always like kicking myself, wishing I would have brought something with me. So to do that, I think it's a great idea to bring a large tote bag wherever you're going and keep an accessible craft in there. I think knitting, crocheting, drawing, reading, journaling, those are all great ideas to take these crafts with you and kind of have your hands working. So whether it's making something or reading a book, just prepare yourself in advance to create things more easily. When I want to get to the end result of a project, I usually skip past the planning part and regret it so much at the end. And so when you plan a project in advance, you are doing that work, you're doing that creating. So don't discount the planning. That could be part of your creating something every day, because that's getting your mind in the headspace and it's like pre-practicing the making part. So whether that's watching the tutorial video, whether that's drawing out the sketch, maybe that is researching and kind of thinking through a few steps ahead in the process of creating, gathering all your materials, I think it all adds up to the end result and what you're learning along the way. And once you have all of this planning in place, there's this freedom to create once you have planned everything and put that in place. When you're working towards a big goal like this, I think it's important to kind of log your journey, to create a journal or a picture journal of what you have created and what you are working through, what you're learning in the process. I think that will be so fun to look back on at the end of the year and see what you've grown in, what you've made, and the whole process of it all. So you can do this by just using like a blank journal with blank pages. You can use anything that you have on hand. I don't think it needs to be fancy, but I do think that journaling just what you're making is a great idea. I personally love journaling. I journal every day, but I haven't done like a personal creative journal like this. So I'm really excited to see what it becomes. And another thing that I'm going to do is to take a photo of everything that I'm making. And at the end of each week, I'll have 7 photos, hopefully, to share of what I'm making. And hopefully that will encourage others and kind of spark the idea that making something every day doesn't have to look big, it doesn't have to look exciting, and it doesn't have to look like a finished product. It can look like the small steps every day. So whether your creative journal is public or private, I think just keeping that journal is a huge step in this whole process. Okay, I have 2 more ideas to set you up for success to create something every day. The first is to ask for help, which is often the hardest step of all. I found this to be true when I first had my daughter Willow. I was kind of in this swirling time of postpartum, and I knew I loved to make things, but I felt like I had to lay those things down now that I was a mom. And you know, that's not true. Kind of going through a lot of hard months and not asking for help, I, through conversation with my husband, learned that I really missed that process of making something. So we worked it out where he would support this, and he was super supportive, my husband was, and we worked out a schedule. And it was small at first. It was to just give me space to go create things, and it didn't have to be anything big, but it was just the goal to create things. And just asking for that help changed everything, because I think we saw the ripple effect very quickly of how it just changed everything about our family life and the dynamic of everything. And so I would challenge you to ask for help, whatever that looks like in your life. I know you might not have a husband or a partner to ask for this help from, so think about the people around you, think about how you can ask for help, And I would like to challenge you that it's not selfish. If you're thinking that, it's not selfish. So hopefully that would free you to ask for some help in any way possible. And maybe that means you only have one time to create a week. Start there. I think it's very important. And lastly, a tip for you to create every day is to involve other people, whether that's your family, your friends, a fellow crafter, or someone that loves to create things. You can swap ideas, you can swap materials, whatever it is. Involve other people in the process, even if that's once a week or once a month. I think working together will challenge you to be better. It'll challenge your end product. It will help you to see things in a new light, in a new way. And I think we all need that challenge of perspective once in a while. And so whether that's making something with your child, making a cake or some cookies or some polymer clay shapes, whatever it is, enjoy that process of connecting through creating. I think you'll enjoy this challenge of creating something every day so much more when you involve other people. I hope this challenged you and inspired you to make something every day of 2022. Excited to see what you make. Find me on Instagram. Let's connect over there because I would love to see what you're making and see just your journey unfold as well. Keep going. It's not about finishing something every day. It's about chipping away at these projects and about these crafts to learn something new, to be immersed in the process, to slow down our minds, and to create something beautiful. I'm excited to see what you make, and I hope you have a wonderful new year.